what the big deal is. You just look like an old elf scrunched down to the size of a chicken. There's no way you could ever amount to my cuteness. Oh, yeah? You look like if the Garbage Pail Kids made a Jurassic Park figure. You know what? I'm sick of your attitude. I think it's time we end this debate once and for all. One shall stand, and one shall fall. Oh my God, Snake, cheese it! What about our love? Oh. I just wanted to be a part of the death match too. Listen to Branders along with the Geek Chest. My name's Steve.
I'm Jessica.
And today we're going over what could possibly be the tiniest action figure in my collection. I don't know what I was expecting, but this isn't a very big package. But what we have here is the Hasbro Star Wars The Black Series, The Mandalorian, The Child. That's a lot of those. But, yeah, tiny little package. If you guys don't know what this is from, this is essentially Baby Yoda. You've probably seen memes somewhere on the internet of this thing if you haven't seen the actual TV show. But you can find The Mandalorian on Disney+, which follows a rogue bounty hunter that takes place after Return of the Jedi. Comes across this little baby guy and protects him. But anyways, I guess we're just gonna get into this. So without further ado, for the packaging, it almost looks like this should come with some earbuds or something, because this kind of reminds me of like headphone packaging.
So tiny.
It is the tiniest of tinies. Just to show you guys the size of the Baby Yoda box compared next to a normal size Black Series packaging, which what we have here is the first edition second sister I haven't opened because I haven't played the game, but I thought she looked kind of cool, so I kept her in her box, which is odd because everybody else, I think I've thrown away the boxes except for the Mandos, and that was mainly because he was also a first edition as well. But for it, this is pretty much standard fare for the rest of the Black Series, just black packaging. Get the logo on the front here. You can see Baby Yoda with all his little accessories. Got the child on there, child on this side. Back, just a bunch of stuff. Well, I can understand this stuff, but there's a lot of legal mumbo jumbo with, holy crap, there's a lot of legal mumbo jumbo. It's just like, because the package is so tiny, we have to cram it everywhere.
Yeah.
But anyways, let's get him open up out of his cardboard prison. Alright, so now that we got Baby Yoda open up out of its cardboard prison, first and foremost, it comes with some accessories, which actually has its own little carrying case. Which I do actually appreciate this because this stuff is super duper tiny, so it is fairly easy to lose. This is sort of akin to like with a lot of the import like anime figures that I get of like Figure Arts and Figmas, where they come with like little baggies or usually some way of holding on to your accessories. And for this, if you decide to open and want to throw everything away, you at least got like something to work with here, which I like. But anyways, getting Baby Yoda out of the way for a minute. Bust into this. Hit. Alright, so that just slides. Dump that out. I already lost the ball. We found it.
Oh, Lord.
Alright, really feel like I should have some tweezers here. But we get the little frog that the child was chasing around and also eats. It's got a little Cyclopean eye. A little bit of this dark green color on the back here. It's like dark, it's kind of like algae looking with this bluish teal for the body here. Looks nice. I do like that you can see the mouth of the frog on there, especially for how tiny of detailing it is. It's even got the toe definition, which is nice. I kind of wish like there was a way of actually having like eating it though. Like it just came with like the back end of the frog, so it could sit in his mouth. But if you want, you can have it sitting next to our Baby Yoda, and he can be chasing it around and stuff, which is cool. Next, you get the tiniest little metal silver ball, which is the joystick handle for when Mando hands it off to him. Now, my question is, can it actually hold it? Like, I assume you'd have to probably angle the hands, and then you could have them kind of holding onto it. It doesn't really got a good way of gripping it, though. Like, possibly maybe just like wedge inside the clothes and then move the hand up a bit. Nope. So if you plan on having him holding the ball, I would highly recommend some sticky tack. Just put a little dab of sticky tack in his hand. Plop that in there. But for the most part, if you're planning on leaving him on the shelf for a long, long time, I probably wouldn't recommend using the little ball. Finally, he comes with the bowl, where he's drinking the bone broth. It was bone broth, right?
I think so, yeah.
Now. It's okay. It's okay. It's ball joints. It's cool that it comes with the ball, or the bowl. It's cool that it comes with the bowl, but those hands are only going that far in.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Look, it's neat, but you can't really get him doing like the iconic pose with it, which I kind of understand because the way the sculpt, like they would have to severely alter the sculpt here in order for him to be able to keep his arms forward. Then again, like maybe they could have just gave us like an extra body. Like you could have just like gave us extra bodies, but just swapped out heads for different poses. But then again, I think at that point, asking for more than that at this price point might be a little bit rough. Because this guy is half the price of a normal Black Series. But then again, he's also like half the size. Well, not even half the size. He got like an eighth of the size of a normal Black Series figure. But it's still pretty neat that he comes with accessories. Even though I almost, at this point, just consider this guy more or less an accessory himself. But anyways, we'll go over his closer details real quick. One thing I like too is that the bowl actually is functional bowl. It might be nice if there's actually like maybe something in it. Like maybe you have to put some like clear resin or maybe even just like a little dab of hot glue. Just to make it look like there's actually something inside the bowl.
Yeah.
Would be kind of cool. It also kind of reminds me of those little pegs for Legos. Like it just looks like it should just like slide over and call it a day. Like, there isn't too much detailing here, but still fairly functional. But again, getting sidetracked. Moving on to his details. But for a closer look at Baby Yoda's details, eyes are a nice glossy black. You got some wrinkling on the top of his head. You can also see where the hair definition is. But the entire head sculpt is just done in this green plastic here with a little bit of skin coloring here for the ears. But it is pretty impressive how much detail they crammed on just such a tiny little frame. Because you can see like his nose definition, his eyebrows, the mouth. Moving on to his little jacket here. Got the wrapping going around his neck here. You can see the way the wraps layer around his neck. On the undersection here, the coat is pretty much done in a tan coloring throughout the entirety of it. You get this little zipper slot line in the back here. For his hands, super tiny, but there is some definition for his fingers and his palms, which is nice to see. The nails, sadly, don't appear to be painted, which, again, probably asking too much for something of this stature. But I do appreciate that this has feet, unlike the plushie that we just reviewed. And the other thing that's nice, too, is that the feet are actually articulated. Like, they actually have little ball joints there. Same with moving on to the articulation. The head can rotate all the way around. Get a little bit of a back and forth, side to side motion. So he's got a little bit of a wiggle. Arms, really easy to pop out, but you can rotate them all the way around. You get a little bit of forward and back. Same with the hands here. Got a little bit of play there as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And for quick comparisons here, we have the Black Series Baby Yoda compared to some other Black Series collectibles with the Mandalorian and, oops, Cara Dune. And here he is with some other Black Series Mandalorian figures with the Heavy Mandalorian and the IG-11. And here's the Black Series Stormtroopers with the Battle Damaged Stormtrooper with explosion effects. I left that on the shelf though. And the Death Trooper. Here's Baby Yoda, some other random Star Wars collectibles in my, well, collection anyways. With the Kenner Star Wars Collector Series Yoda, only other Yoda I currently have, and the SH Figure Arts Boba Fett. Here for some random comparisons, here we have it next to the Hasbro Rancor. This, I'd have to look it up. I know this was it was a Target pack that came with Luke. Don't know the specifics of the name, but it's a little bit older. It's like late 2000s, before 2010. And the Trademasters Baby Godzilla. So overall for the Black Series, the Child, this thing is not bad. Like for $10, it's not a lot, to be honest. Like, it's a very tiny figure. It is cool that it has some accessories. Though I can't say, like, at $10, I feel like is a very solid price for it, because I couldn't really see this being that much cheaper. Because to be fair, it does have a lot of detailing inside of a small package. And it's almost akin to what you get in some of these, like, import figures. Like, I can almost see something like this being like a figure arts.
Kind of.
The only issue really is that it just maybe could use a little bit more paint applications. Because to be fair, like even with the figure arts ones, it's probably gonna be about the same amount of posability with it. But I think the one glaring issue with this is it doesn't come with its cradle.
Yeah.
It's floating cradle, which I think is probably the biggest hindrance for this thing. And to be honest, I think even at $10, I think it would have been fair for that to come with that. Like, because even if they came
with all the hype.
Yeah, because it's, for the most part, like, I want this because I want to pose it with the Mando. And for the most part, if I'm going to pose it with the Mando, I kind of want it to be floating around its cradle. And this, I don't get the option, which kind of sucks. Like, I do like a lot of the accessories, though, because they're very scene-specific. And I will say I recommend this to you guys. Like, for $10, it's not like it's that big of a dent to pick this up anyways. I just really think that it should have came with that cradle for it to really be merited as a showcase piece. Because for the most part, the way it sits, I would just leave it in the box. Because the accessories are just kind of scary. It can't really hold on to two of them effectively. So for the most part, it's going to be like, you're going to have them standing there with the frog next to your Mandalorian. But what do you guys think? If you guys picked up this figure, what's your favorite Baby Yoda collectible? Or is actual Yoda just more thing? Please let us know in the comments. We also have an Instagram, Patreon, Pinterest, Facebook. If you guys would like to keep up to date with the channel and donate, we'd greatly appreciate it. And help us defeat those cartridges by hitting that like button, subscribe, become a ranger today. We'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.